You're a weird one. Sup, JB?
Where's that voice coming from?
You really are a dummy.
Who you calling a dummy?
You're as simpy as Morgana. You're as delusional as Shiro. Sup, JB?
Who on earth wrote these lyrics?
You're a bad YouTuber who's gonna review the Grinch.
Maybe I should have skipped Christmas this year.
Everyone knows the Grinch, right? You know, the tall, kind of chubby green guy from the Dr. Seuss story? The Grinch has been around for many, many years now, and has become a huge staple in pop culture. Whether you read the book or seen one of his 3 movies, you can't deny that the Grinch is pretty popular. Personally, he's always been my favorite Dr. Seuss character. Why? I just like him as a character, really. See a grumpy, isolated guy try to steal Christmas, but then become a kind-hearted changed man is a nice sight to see. And yes, the Grinch became so popular, they made 3 movies based on him. And some merchandise, as well as, you guessed it, some video games. Now there's just one game in particular that I've been wanting to check out for a while now, and that's the Grinch on PS1, Dreamcast, and PC. It's just an open area platformer, mixture of puzzle solving and shooting mechanics. It was released back in 2000, and was supposedly a tie-in game to the live-action Jim Carrey movie, and according to a lot of reviews on the internet, this game was not very good. But come on, how can it not be good? I mean, the Grinch is wearing some cool shades on the game's cover. For real though, today in honor of Christmas, I thought I'd check out the game and see if it's any good. So, without further ado, let's take a look at The Grinch the video game. So here's the title screen. Yep, it just says The Grinch. There's no other words about stealing Christmas or anything like that. Oh, also the loading screens in this game look like Nickelodeon slime. Just saying.
Hey, that's my line.
Quiet you. Anyways, first we're greeted with a horribly rendered opening cutscene of the Grinch and Max spying on the people of Whoville. The Grinch comes up with an idea on how to ruin Christmas. He heads inside his cave and he has a giant stack of boxes that are filled with his gadget blueprints. And he plans on using these blueprints to invent some gadgets that he can use to ruin Christmas. Also, can I just say something here real quick? This opening cutscene looks awful. The graphics are so terrible. The boxes keep clipping into each other here. The Grinch also clips into everything, and the character models look terrifying. Plus, the voice acting for the Grinch sounds pretty bad.
I got it! I have a great idea. What gadget should I build first? The Grinch copter? My precious plans! I'll never be able to build my gadget!
Anyways, the Grinch accidentally knocks over his stack of boxes, and all the blueprints get blown out of the cave and travel across the land of Whoville. So now we'll have to go out and get all the blueprints back. Also, what the heck is wrong with Max in this entire opening cutscene? He literally doesn't move at all. You okay there, Max?
What the dog doing?
So anyways, we jump into the Games Hub world, after seeing another Nickelodeon slime loading screen anyways. And the Games Hub world is the Grinch's home, Mount Crumpet. And now we go through some tutorials.
The Grinch likes to break things with his robust behind. He'll flatten and smush to get out of a bind.
Huh, I never thought I'd learn a lesson about the Grinch's behind. So yes, the game teaches us the pancake technique. A move that lets us cook pancakes for a smart aleck edgelord detective. Okay, no, really, just an ordinary ground pound move that lets us break things. We also learn how to move objects, use a burp attack, and we even are able to switch to Max, who can access areas the Grinch can't reach. Nice to see him finally move a muscle in this game. After a bunch more lame cutscenes, we walk around our lair and use whatever this thing is, to go down to Whoville.
It's way down in Whoville that all Who folk reside. They're hugging and kissing the mean Grinch can't abide. Kind-heartedness and joy fill their Whotopia. Honor and love fill the Who cornucopia.
What the hell is a cornucopia?
The Grinch must steer clear of their touch of affection. Avoiding all contact will be sheer perfection.
So, this game takes place during the pandemic? Guess even the Grinch can catch a virus. Also, what is up with this opening cutscene? The snow on the ground keeps clipping through the stage, lots of objects keep popping in and out, and all the buildings here look so low poly, like they were straight out of an Atari game. So anyways, we're able to start running around Whoville. Now, each level in this game has a set amount of missions to complete. For Whoville, you'll need to smash 10 snowmen, squash a bunch of gifts, shuffle the mail, paint on 10 posters of the mayor, etc. None of these missions are really that fun to complete, and my gosh are they repetitive. For instance, 2 different missions have you squash gifts and snowmen, and these are literally just copy and pasted missions. You have to destroy them by using the ground pound move on it, but sometimes the move just doesn't work properly. Like you'll try to perform this move above a snowman, and it just doesn't work, so you'll miss your opportunity and will have to try again. This is extremely tedious and gets annoying immediately. Also, there's 500 presents in total to destroy. which is insane. Why are there so many of these things? I get it, the movie they had gifts everywhere, but why do I have to destroy 500 of these things? And why are they just placed in random spots across the map? What idiot leaves their Christmas gifts out in the open like this?
Oh, look, a free gift out here in the open. How nice.
Another thing you'll come across in this first haul are the game's enemies, and my god are they annoying. The enemies in this game have got to be some of the most annoying enemies I've ever seen in a video game. Like, we got this kid running around Whoville, who looks like Fred Jones from Scooby-Doo. I bet he loves traps too. So whenever this kid sees you, he'll chase after you, and once he gets close enough, he'll hug you, and will say a really disturbing line.
Hey, who are you? Big Daddy? Big Daddy? Big Daddy?
This child can be especially annoying to deal with in certain areas, like by this music player, where there's a gift that you need to destroy, but the music somehow hurts you, and this kid will constantly grab you when you're just trying to do a ground pound on the freaking present. Then there's these bee enemies. They're hard to see and will sting you if you get too close to them. You're supposed to use your bad breath to deal with them, but the hitbox on this move is so tiny that it's really hard to actually hit the bee. There's also children that will throw snowballs at you. They move around really fast, and they have almost perfect aim, so they'll be really annoying to deal with. I mean, they're still not annoying as
Big Daddy?
Now the Grinch can use these phone booths in order to put on his disguise from the movie, and this protects him from all the enemies. Yes, even the bees won't attack you now. Wait, are the bees here racist or something? Or would a term be Grinchist? Racism towards Grinches is not cool.
And that's a fact.
The Grinch could also do some sick parkour moves on poles. And every time you complete a mission, the Grinch will get really happy and will start dancing, and he'll shout,
Yeah, Grinch!
What? I don't remember the Grinch saying that in the movie, nor in any other form of media. He says it all the time, too.
Yeah, Grinch! Yeah, Grinch! Yeah, Grinch!
Yeah, Grinched!
So anyways, we find pieces of blueprints around the stage for our rotten egg launcher, which the Grinch will build soon, but first we go to the post office and shovel the mail. But Cindy Lou Who is here too, and she's looking for her daddy.
Daddy Who, could you come here, please?
Did she really just call him Daddy Who?
Daddy Who?
But then, oh no, she runs into the Grinch, and we get a recreated scene straight from the movie.
Well, you're
The Grinch!
Anyways, now that we collected enough blueprints, we're now able to make our first invention, the rotten egg launcher. This lets us shoot rotten eggs at enemies and objects. You can find these rotten egg plants scattered throughout levels, and once you touch them, you'll get an egg added to your counter. Heck yeah, I can try and beat the Grinch on PS1 only using eggs! Here's what I would say if the rotten egg launcher wasn't complete shit. My god, it takes years trying to aim this thing at your target, and getting ammo for this thing is so time consuming. You use these rotten eggs a ton in each level, and as you play on, you'll get a jetpack that lets you get access to higher up areas. But your jetpack has to consume multiple rotten eggs in order to work, and the only way you can get eggs is to get them from the rotten egg plants. And you only get one at a time every time you touch these, then you gotta wait for them to respawn, but you gotta be a certain distance away from them to respawn. So it can take forever to get lots of these stupid eggs. Heck, sometimes the eggs don't even work on certain enemies. All the enemies in the game have different ways to take them down, which may sound interesting, but considering how annoying these enemies are to deal with, it's very frustrating. So anyways, this game has 4 big open areas to play through. Not counting the hub world, of course. Here's of course Whoville, then there's Who Forest, followed by Who Dump. Sorry, just that freaking name is hilarious. Who Dump. Well, it certainly wasn't me. And then there's Who Lake, which is a really strange area because there's no snow here. Heck, it looks like it's freaking summertime here. This place wasn't in the movie. I mean, you could also say Who Dump wasn't technically in the movie too, considering the Grinch's Mountain was a dump itself, but whatever. Now, in order to beat a level, you have to complete certain objectives, while some other objectives are optional. Thank God I don't have to destroy all the gifts, because my god, there's way too many of them in every level. Also, every time you die in this game, which will happen a lot, the Grinch will say,
Ouch! It's unbearable!
Now, I'll admit, this was funny hearing the first time, but the game is surprisingly hard, and you'll die a lot, so you'll be seeing this death cutscene over and over again, to the point where it becomes
unbearable!
Not to mention, tons of these missions are stupid as hell. Like, there's a mission where you have to guide some rats through a pipe, but only Max can do this. So you have to control Max, and guide a bunch of rats across the dump, and my god is it slow and tedious. Why am I even doing this? At no point in the movie did Max guide a bunch of rats to a drain pipe. Or maybe he didn't deleted scene, I don't know. There's also levels where we'll be solving a ton of random puzzles that give you no hints on how to solve them. Like the Christmas countdown clock requires you to pull multiple levers to progress, but you have no hints on what any of them do, so it's just trial and error. There's also a section in Dump where you have to use your jetpack to land on platforms because the ground is covered in landmines, and if you ever land on one, then this will happen. Why are there landmines at the dump? There's also a level where the Grinch gets into a submarine and collects pearls. Like, what is going on here? Is this the Grinch or Subnautica? My god, this game is so unplayable. I mean, you can barely see anything in front of you in any of the levels because everything just keeps popping in and out throughout the levels, making it
Unbearable!
Plus, the music in this game is just so lame and forgetful. Nothing sounds good here. Heck, sometimes there's no music playing at all. And even if there is, it's way too quiet. But you want to know what's arguably the most disappointing thing about this game? It's the fact that there's not a level where the Grinch even steals Christmas. We all know the heist of him going to the Who's houses while they're asleep and him stealing their stuff. Yeah, there's no level dedicated to that in this game. Which sucks! No, all you get is this weird level where the Grinch chases down Santa Claus and has to catch the gifts that he drops, then you gotta shoot him down in under 1 minute. Like, what the hell is even going on here? Why is Santa here? And why am I trying to kill him? My god, this game really doesn't give a crap about staying true to the source material. So after, killing Santa, the Grinch returns to Mount Crumpet to watch the Who's cry boo-hoo. But then he has a change of heart after seeing the Who's happily singing. Just like in the story. So he returns to Whoville and returns all the gifts to the Who's. All 10 of them anyways. And then we witness the worst voice acting in the entire game as the Who's try to sing the Welcome Christmas song.
Welcome Christmas, Fahoo-Ramas. Christmas Day is in our grasp. As long as we have hands to clasp. Welcome Christmas, Fahoo-Ramas.
Why is the music so scary all of a sudden? Yeah, that was terrible. But get this, the game doesn't just end there, no. The Grinch gives us one last gift. A random motorcycle racing minigame. That controls like complete shit. Alright, let's just assume the Grinch died after that so I can stop playing the game. And there we go, that was the Grinch on PS1. And let me just say this game was hot garbage. The controls are clanky and slow, the gameplay is super repetitive and boring, the camera is completely broken, and the graphics and frame data suck harder than a vacuum cleaner! This game literally has nothing good here, and it doesn't even follow the source material at all! So yeah, in the end, I hated this game. Is it as bad as Rudolph on the Wii? Probably not, but it still sucked. I mean, Rudolph on the Wii was bad, but this game's just a little bit better, simply because the Grinch says, "Yeah, Grinch!" So that was the Grinch, a video game, and yeah, it sucked. I mean, it couldn't even follow its source material at all! The game dragged on for over 5 hours, and throughout that entire time, I felt like I was being tortured! And being tortured is not on my Christmas list. You're a simpy. Oh god, not that singing voice again! It's